what's going on? We'll make it to another video, and today is another Blu-ray type video. It's a collection type video, and basically what today is me showing off my personal Criterion Collection. The sale happened in the end of July, at the beginning of August. We're now into September, and I went off in that sale. I got a lot of stuff. I had started with like one Criterion, like two, and got some for my birthday, stuff like that. So I've got a pretty hefty collection now. I'll give you guys an overview. Here it is, pretty hefty collection. And yeah, so today we are just going to be going into to each one. We'll go by spine number from the earliest to the latest, and I'll just be giving you guys my quick thoughts. And then in a few weeks, I'm going to have a companion video where I rank each one of these. I've seen all of them. I've taken the time to watch every single one of them, and I really liked most, if not all of them. I gave them all relatively positive scores. So yeah, so I think without further ado, let's kind of just get into it. But before we start, first up, thanks so much for taking time to click on the video, like, comment, subscribing. All that means the absolute world. Make sure you go check out episode number 2 of Favorite Movie and Why I did with Zach Pope. I had a really fun time having a conversation with him. It was just great. Make sure you guys go check that out. Go check out my official 2020 Blu-ray collection that came out in January. And yeah, so I think without further ado, let's just kind of get into it. So the first one we have here is spine number 2, and that is Seven Samurai by Akira Kurosawa. This is a long film. It is an epic samurai film. I decided to pick this up because, one, it was $25 for the set, and it usually is $50, so I thought I might as well get it now. Another thing is George Lucas took a lot of inspiration for the original Star Wars based off of this, and a lot of other movies as well took a lot of had a lot of inspiration off of Seven Samurai. So I was like, okay, well, I gotta watch the source if I want to watch all these other movies. It's a great movie. I really enjoyed it. It's done very well. It's a very long movie, but it pays off in the end. And yeah, the first one is Seven Samurai. Had a lot of fun with that one. It was like I made like a night out of it because I knew it was like really long. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna sit down and just really enjoy it. The next one is a spine 450, and that is Bottle Rocket by Wes Anderson. I actually didn't know this until I'm in one of my film classes this semester. We actually talked about Bottle Rocket, and the story of it is this is Wes Anderson's first breakout film, and when he was in film school, he met Luke and Owen Wilson and Robert Musgrave, and actually made a short Bottle Rocket film. It was about 10 minutes long, starring these same guys, and that film kind of blew up. That short 10-minute student film blew up, and studios came running for Wes Anderson to have that, and they gave them money to make the actual full-length feature film. I didn't know that, and that was actually really interesting. I've seen this movie. I think it's great. I really enjoyed it, and Bottle Rocket, yeah, I love Wes Anderson. You're going to see another Wes Anderson title later on in the video. The next one I have is spine 552, and that is broadcast news. Obviously, you guys know I'm a sports journalism major. I want to be in broadcast and all of that stuff. So this movie, like, my grandma got this movie for me because she knows, like, this is what I want to do. But in the end, it's actually just a really good movie. It really is. If you guys don't know how the broadcast or the news industry works, this is a fairly accurate portrayal of how it works. I mean, it's not completely factual, but like in the control, like the one scene where she's in the control room talking into the anchor's ear the entire time. That's how it is in real life. That's all really great. And I thought this was a really great, interesting portrayal into news in general. So if you have not seen it, check it out. It's actually really good. This is my first Criterion. This one right here is my first Criterion that I ever got. Spine 808. The Kennedy Films of Robert Drew and Associates. So basically what this is 4 documentaries that follow JFK in campaigning to become president, while he was president, and then the final one is a short little documentary about his funeral after he was assassinated. I learned a lot in this just by reading some of the snippets. I guess Robert Drew was like, he did the documentary primary on his own, and John F. Kennedy saw it and liked it so much that he gave him unprecedented access into his presidency to let him do the next 2 documentaries, and then obviously he did the last one after Kennedy was assassinated. But they are really great. I love documentaries, and JFK is such a prominent figure in American history, and I love American history. So I really enjoyed them. I mean, they're pretty good, and yeah, learned a lot. I learned a lot. JFK is such a polarizing figure in American history. Next one we have here is one that very excited to talk about. Actually, I don't think I've talked about this film yet on the channel, and that is Spy Number 812, and that is The Player. This is probably my favorite film about making movies. Probably. I know Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is like really, really good. Like, I love Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, but I think this might be my favorite. It's got a brilliant one-take sequence at the beginning before 1917 or Birdman made it cool. It's got a really great one-shot sequence at the beginning. It's got some really interesting messages about the filmmaking industry, and it's just a really riveting, fun time. Not really fun, kind of dark fun, but I really enjoyed it. If you guys haven't seen it, it's great. It's a great performance by Tim Robbins. Like, he like really leads the way in this film. And it's just really, really, it's probably my favorite film about film itself and making movies. So go check that out. This next film, you guys know I love this film. I've raved about this film. Spy 904, and that is Election. You guys know I've raved about this film. This film is hilarious. It is so funny. Great performances by Reese Witherspoon and Matthew Broderick. Across the board, it's just a ridiculous movie. It's a ridiculous movie, but it's so funny, and I really, really enjoyed it. I think it's kind of underrated, but it shouldn't be because it's amazing. So go check this out. Election. It's really, really a fun time. Then we have another one. This was my second Criterion I ever got, because before I got into film, like as much as I am now, I obviously didn't know a lot about some of these other films, some of these older films. But I knew baseball, and I knew baseball films. So you guys probably already know Spy 936 is Bull Durham. It's a fantastic baseball film about the minor leagues. Gives you a completely different perspective. Usually it's about the majors and all of the glitz and glam. It's about the minor leagues. It's great. Kevin Costner is the lead in this movie. He's fantastic. The entire cast is great. And yeah, if you guys want to see a really interesting perspective into baseball, a lot of the minor leagues, check this one out. It's really, really good. It's a like a comedy, but it's also like fun. It's a really great movie. It's a great baseball movie, and it's just really, really good. This is my most recent Criterion that I picked up, and it is Spine 1011, and it is Failsafe. All I had heard, so when the Criterion sale happened, I watched everyone in their mom's Criterion hauls. Someone got Failsafe in their haul, and they read the synopsis off the back, and I was like, that sounds really good. So I went to Zia, and I traded some stuff in, and I was able to pick this up because they had a copy of it, and I got it for like really, really cheap. This was after the sale, but Zia already marks them down $10. That's a tip, guys. Zia Records, if you're in an area where Zia is, they mark down Criterion's $10. So go check them out. And then I traded stuff in, so I got it for like really cheap. This is a really good film. I was surprised. Like, the concept was good. Like, I was like, this, obviously it was, because I went out and got it right after someone read the synopsis off the back. But it like really enthralled me, and it was very thrilling for the time. This came out in 1964. And for that time, black and white, drama during the Cold War, it locked me in for some reason. I don't know. Like, I really, really enjoyed it. Like, it was such a really, it was like, I was enthralled. Like, it really, really was. And I can only imagine when this came out what people were thinking, because it came out during the height of the Cold War, and it was just like, it is incredible. It's a really, really incredible movie. The next one is, I think my third Criterion I ever got, and I actually like purchased it online and like pre-ordered it and stuff like that. And that is Spine number 10 at 25, and that is the Grand Budapest Hotel. I told you guys we have another Wes Anderson film in here. I love this film. It's great. Watched it for the first time this year as part of my 100 Movies Challenge. I really enjoyed it, had a great time with it. Wes Anderson really directed a great film here. Fantastic performance by Ray Fiennes. Overall, a lot of fun. I really, really had a good time with it. Most of you guys have already seen this, but if you have not, I would highly recommend you go check it out. It's also got a really funny performance from Willem Dafoe. I actually thought he was pretty funny. The next one we got is Spine 1027. That's The Great Escape. It's a long movie. I watched it a few weeks ago. It was a long movie, but a really, really good movie. And it didn't go the way I thought it was going to go, which I was actually pleasantly surprised about. I thought I knew what was going to happen, and it completely took a twist and didn't end the way I thought. Steve McQueen gives a great performance. It's a really, really kind of funny movie, believe it or not, but also serious and pretty charming. But yeah, it's a really good movie. I'd recommend it. It's long though. Be prepared for it to be really long. But yeah, just a good time. Down to the last three. This next one, I don't know what it was about this, but it hit me hard. And that is Spine 1034, and that is Portrait of a Lady on Fire. This is such a beautiful, not just how it's shot, but like the story and how it's executed is just beautiful. It enthralled me. I was taken back by this film, for real. And that doesn't usually happen. But it's a beautiful movie, great performances. It's shot beautifully. I think it was like an 8K or something obnoxious like that. And the story is just tragic and heartbreaking, but also beautiful at the same time. And the ending shot, the ending sequence is heart-wrenching. It's amazing. So that's those very high words of praise, and it really, really blew me away. And I'm really happy I picked this one up. It's fantastic. It's on Hulu, so everyone has Hulu. Go watch it. Next one is the one this is the most recent one I've watched. This was the last one I had to see to watch all of them. Spine 1035, and that is Come and See. I had heard a lot about this film. I heard it's a very disturbing film, a very tough film to watch. It was a very tough film to watch. There was some very disturbing moments in it, but it was a very raw, real look at war. Really. It was tragic things that happened in this film. It's a Russian film. It talks about World War II. It's all shown in the eyes of this guy. Looks like he's like 70, but he's like 12 or 13. But it's a tragic movie. It's just incredible how tragic and real it was. And it takes a lot to watch it, so be prepared. It's a long movie. It's over 2 hours. And it's a lot, so be prepared. If you're going to watch it, be prepared. And last but not least, a movie that just came out recently. One of my favorite movies of last year. And that is Spine number 1038, and that is Marriage Story. I've already talked a lot about Marriage Story on this channel. It's one of my favorites of the year. I really enjoyed it. Fantastic performances by Scarlett Johansson, Laura Dern, but really Adam Driver killed this movie, destroyed this movie. Hello, Airplane. That's not even an airplane. It's a cart outside my apartment. Back to Marriage Story. I really enjoyed it. I rewatched it a second time. I watched it with my mom and dad, and it made me like it more. I don't know why. It made me like it more, and I already I already had 5 stars, but it made me like it more, and I really, really enjoyed it. It's such a tragic movie, but also beautiful. The ending is really beautiful. It's great. And yeah, just really, really great movie. So that is it, guys. That's it for my Criterion collection. Let me know down below, what is your favorite Criterion that I have in my collection? Let me know what your favorite Criterion that you have is. And like I said, in the next few weeks, I don't know exactly when, but in the next few weeks, there will be a companion video to this where I rank all of the Criterions that I have. I already have that list on my Letterboxd. It's not public, it's private, but I have it there ready to go. I just need to film it, edit it, and put it out. But guys, that's pretty much it. Thanks so much for taking time to click on the video, liking, commenting, subscribing. Have a good rest of your day, and we'll see you in the next video.